What's up, everybody? Good morning. Happy Sunday. We're just getting through Christmas here. It's December 26th. We're in week 16 of the NFL. Man, the NFL week has gone through past us this year so quickly. I am here to talk about this weekend's slate, this main slate for this weekend. Let me get this shared out quick so everybody knows. People who don't get those notifications properly, etc. Let everybody know we are live, and we will dive into it. So give me just 1 second. Appreciate everybody being here. So hope everybody had an awesome Christmas. Bogarts, what up, man? Good to see you, my guy. So I played yesterday. I didn't have time to do any kind of. I usually only do the main slate anyway on the Sundays. But had a couple decent lineups yesterday. Actually, in NBA did decent, and NFL. In this contest, I came in ninth. Man, 153.30. Top was 159.70. But I had Murray, Jones, Chubb, Adams, Pittman, Higgins, Ertz, Edmonds, and Packers defense. So let's see what else. I think the other one was like 148. Yeah, see, NBA I did all right. Nothing crazy. Doubled up my money. 7 there. I mean, it was pretty decent win. 35 here. I got 38th place out of 42.85. This is the only single game I won, but I put that Wesley in. He almost had 2 touchdowns, which would have been awesome, and that would have put me towards the top because he was very low owned with Mr. Randall Moore out. So Jeremy D, what up? Jack, Terry P, Joe Mans, Bogarts. I hope you guys all had an awesome Christmas. Appreciate y'all being with me this morning as we go through this slate. My Vikes have to win. I think they have to pretty much win out. I mean, there's some things that may happen. I am going to the Packer-Viking game next Sunday night in Lambeau Field with my son. Super stoked, super excited. We landed tickets, basically, was it yesterday or Christmas Eve afternoon? So I don't even know how that ended up happening. If I told you guys 2 or 3 days ago that I had any idea I'd be going to the Packer-Viking game in Lambeau Field on Sunday night on January 2nd, I would tell you that there's no way in heck I'm going. But here we are. Life is strange. Strange things come about and happen. But enough about that. Guys, let's dive into this slate. I'm going to use FanDuel again, how they line it up on the games. So first game is going to be a pretty big game for me on both sides, right? We got Dalvin Cook out. COVID, which is going to screw me probably in the second round of the fantasy football season-long playoffs. I was the highest scorer, won money just for being scoring champ. Had 2 more wins than anybody else behind me. And I have Stafford, Kupp, Cook, Eckler, Antonio Brown, T. Higgins. I picked up Cincy's defense this week. I had Buffalo and Rams. I picked up Cincy's defense this week playing Baltimore with like their third quarterback. And yeah, so we don't have any Dalvin Cook, right? So let's just dive into it. Start at quarterback. Matthew Stafford, I like both in cash and GPPs. He is my choice, if you will, in cash this week. Kirk Cousins actually is not a bad play, I think, either in GPPs. It's kind of a must-win deal. Dalvin Cook out. Some would think with Dalvin Cook being out that we're just screwed, like with our run game, but that's absolutely false. A lot of people are actually on Madison this week, and for good reason, because he started 3 games. This will be his 3rd game this year, right? And the first game, he had like 160 yards, I think 157 or 154 rushing. It's a tough for Rams defense, but I don't think that's going to slow down Madison. But that's also going to open up the pass game for Mr. Kirk Cousins. So Stafford would be my cash quarterback. I like both Stafford and Cousins this week at quarterback. Running back, I'm not really big on any Rams running backs, but yes, I don't mind taking the chalky Madison. Madison will for sure make my cash lineup, no questions asked. Jimmy Guns, my brother, man. Hope you had an awesome Christmas with the fam. Amy, Paul, Olsen, what up? Yo, 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 yo. Good to see you guys. Good to see you guys. We just started. This is the first game. First game on the list through FanDuel. So, Cookout, love Madison. Love going Madison here. Receivers, there's a lot of good sneaky plays. Maybe not so much sneaky, but value plays this week that we'll find on FanDuel and DK to help you guys on your lineups as well. Obviously, Cooper Kupp. What can you say? What else can you say about this guy, right? I mean, this dude is an absolute beast. He's an absolute monster. I mean, you would look at this like on even on a fantasy level, right? In FanDuel scoring, half PPR, right? Half point per reception. Justin Jefferson, who's had an amazing season, he's averaging 16.5, 16.6 yards. Or not yards, fantasy points, right? Just under 96 yards per game. But look at Kupp. 22.7 or 22.1 if you round up, averaging 116, just over 116 yards a game. I mean, it's just incredible. This guy, if you wanna talk consistency in a fantasy player, this guy has it written all over consistency. 30.2, 24.8, 22.9, 15.1. Like his lowest, he had one not so great week, and he still had 13 targets that week. But he'd only caught 5 of them. Maybe not all of them were in his vicinity because he usually catches almost anything thrown close to him. 64 yards, 9.9. He didn't get in the end zone. But other than that, like 15 points is his low, and he's averaging 22.1 points per game. For me, I just pay up here. I pay up, and honestly, I don't mind paying up for both him and Jefferson. It sounds like Adam Thielen is going to play. So, Beckham Jr. and Jefferson are nice pivots. You're not going to get anywhere near the production you're going to get, obviously, with Cook. With Cooper Kupp. That's an obvious. But guys, man, I never say this, but Raiders. Osborne is an interesting little pivot play as well, if you'd like. At tight end, Tyler Higbee. Minnesota's defense is very good at shutting down the tight ends. I don't know that I'm a big fan. I do like Higbee, right? I'm a fan of Higbee. Conklin could be interesting. Not really heavy on him though. Flex, we don't worry about defense. Not really taking either team here. So let's get back. Let's go to the Giants and the Philadelphia Eagles. Actually, I don't mind Philly's defense here. They're favored by 10.5, but you know how that goes. Any given Sunday, guys. We've seen this all season long. Are we right? Look at the Cardinals against, who was it? Detroit last week. That should have been an easy win for them. They couldn't do it, right? They couldn't make it happen. Jalen Hurts is always in the talks, right? And the reason why their running backs, I don't think, can ever really get anything going is a similar reason why Baltimore Ravens can't, because Lamar Jackson and Jalen Hurts are very similar. Very, very similar. They like to run the ball. They score rushing touchdowns, which is huge in fantasy world for a quarterback, right? I don't think I'm going to get there this week. I know some people will be. I know some people are on it. I don't hate it if you're on it. I don't hate it if you like it. I'm just not personally going to be on that at all this week. No thanks for the Giants quarterbacks. Running backs, I would almost honestly, Barkley is 7K, and maybe this is the week Barkley just goes haywire, goes nuts, right? Because I'm saying this. Is this the week Miles Sanders gets into the end zone? Like, is he going to finally score a touchdown? Or is Jalen Hurts going to continue to run him in? I don't mind Sanders this week at 6,400. Howard's sitting here too at 57. Devontae Booker, I actually picked up Booker in my season-long fantasy league because there's nobody available, and I lost Cook and Eckler in the second round of before the championship here. So not too happy, but I took Booker. I'm gonna take a run at him. I'm gonna take a stab at it. I don't think he'll do much, but if we believe in miracles, maybe he can find the end zone. Maybe he can get in the end zone this week. That's all I'm really asking for him, honestly. That's not going to replace the production of an Eckler or Cook, but it is what it is. Devontae Smith is somebody you could obviously pair with Jalen Hurts if you don't want to run Jalen Hurts naked. I don't know that I'm the hugest fan of it personally, but you could go there. Galladay for the Giants, nah. Not really a fan of anybody else here. Tight ends, I love Goddard. Goddard will probably be the cash tight end that I'm on in my cash lineups this week. Evan Ingram, Kyle Rudolph. I mean, if you're looking for somebody super cheap, I'm not really big fans of them, though. Philly's defense, again, I don't mind, but look, they're $5K. They're like they're the most expensive defense on the slate this week. I don't know. I think there's better defenses in better spots at a much cheaper price tag. We'll get to that. Buffalo at New England. Wouldn't mind. This is a tough game here. So they have this thing even right now. Vegas has this game even right now. Let me hear in the chat who you guys think's going to win this game. Are you going with the Patriots winning this, or are you going with the Bills? And I don't want to hear if you're a fan of one or the other. Who do you honestly think's going to win this game between Buffalo at New England? Do you think the Patriots win it, or do you think Josh Allen has a big week this week? Let me know what you guys think. So, I'm usually a big fan of Josh Allen. I'm not a fan of Josh Allen this week. I don't like him this week. Mac Jones, I think, makes for an interesting GPP play. As well as you could say Allen is, right? In GPP, anybody's viable. But it's like who you're really feeling or who you're really on. I'm not going to have a ton of Mac Jones. And I know he doesn't put up crazy numbers. But I'm kind of leaning towards thinking that this is one of those weeks where Mac Jones and Hunter Henry, and this is one of those weeks where maybe Hunter Henry catches 2 touchdown receptions, right? He usually averages getting the end zone at least once. He's only had a couple weeks where he hasn't. But he usually finds the end zone. Mac Jones loves him in the red zone. So that could be a spot. And if we could get one more touchdown from Mac Jones at 6,700, even if he only throws for 200 yards, we're going to be pretty damn happy. So, not heavy on it, not huge on it, but not terrible. Not terrible at all. Jacob Johnson, is this dude going to be getting this spot? I don't know. I don't even know what's going on in their backfield, but I'm not really fans of either of them. If you're going to play, so Emmanuel Sanders, you have Cole Beasley out here, right? So, I think Dawson Knox at tight end gets an uptick, right? Yeah, bigger importance because Cole Beasley is out, guys. It's like pretty much reading my mind when I click on this. So, Cole Beasley, Josh Allen either likes to target Beasley, Diggs, or Knox when they're inside the red zone or close to the goal line if they're not going to run it in or if he's not going to rush it in himself. Dawson Knox could be a big play here at $6,100. Big play. So, keep him on your radar. Defense, again, not really fans of either one of them, man. It's an even game. Should be low scoring. Jets at Jaguars. This is, I don't mind some players here, and this is where we can maybe find some value. So, the Jets are actually favored by 2 points here against Jacksonville. I would take Jacksonville in this game, personally. I would take the win on the plus and the money here. I think it's going to be a close game. I don't like either quarterback. I'm not on them. I do love James Robinson. He is getting pricey. You guys remember when James Robinson was like $5,800 on FanDuel? Yeah, Emmanuel Sanders I did mention. Again, I don't know how. The last time we were looking at Emmanuel Sanders, he didn't get one reception. Now, I'm not saying that could have been a fluke, and I'm not going off of past whatever, but I love James Robinson here. I love James Robinson. I don't mind paying that price tag. I don't mind playing him in cash either. I think he's in a great spot. Again, I usually talk about the Jets defense. The strongest part of the Jets defense, you probably heard this every single week whenever we get to whoever the Jets are playing, is their defensive line. I mean, that's the best part of their defense, but James Robinson is an absolute beast. He's a monster. There's a reason why he's gone from $5,800 up to $8,200. And some of that is just from matchup, but we're talking like almost a $3K jump since like 5, 6, 7 weeks ago. I mean, that's a lot. We got Marvin Jones. Braxton Berrios is interesting, but I really like the former Viking Treadwell here. Treadwell's starting to get some targets. He's $5,300. He had 9. Look at this. Last 4 weeks, 8 targets, 5 targets, 6 targets, 9 targets. Hasn't found the end zone yet. But if he found the end zone in any one of these, guys would be talking a lot more about this guy this week, and they would be saying, oh, he's a lock, and his price would be like $6,500. I think he is too cheap here, $5,300. I could be wrong, but and then you could go to the other side for other value. You could go to Braxton Berrios. Wasn't this dude drafted as a linebacker by the Patriots originally? And now he's been a receiver. He was a receiver. He switched to receiver in New England, and now he's with the Jets, right? Interesting. Osheshny or however you pronounce it. This dude has been getting targets. 4 targets, 6'6", 5. I mean, tight ends, unless you're like a Kittle, a Kels who's out this week, a Goddard or something like that, you're probably 5, 6 targets is actually pretty damn good. So that's about it there. Not really on any defense here either. So the Chargers at the Houston Texans. You could talk about Justin Herbert. How about Mills, man? He's not doing anything crazy, but this guy's last 2 weeks is kind of starting to figure it out. I mean, he's $6,600. He's going up against the Chargers, though. I don't think I'm a big fan of it. Could be something where it's like a GPP play. Is Taylor back? Or are they still going with Mills? Is Mills going to be the guy there? I don't even know. But you could look at Herbert. If you're going to look at Herbert, I do love Keenan Allen this week. I love him whether you like Herbert or you don't like Herbert. So you could look to him. Obviously, we hear Eckler's out. Justin Jackson is another. I'm a big fan of this guy. I picked this guy up in that league where I lost Cook and Eckler. He was available because Ronald Jones and some of those other guys were not already. They'd already beat me to the punch before I heard they were out. But this guy is somebody I don't mind. He's going to be a little chalky, right? Burkhead, Joshua Kelly's another guy that'll run in there. Jalen Samuels, remember this dude from Pittsburgh? This guy was promoted from the practice squad to active roster. This could be somebody that sneaks in, possibly. I mean, I'm not going to say, like, throw all your money in and do something, but if he gets any type of run or touches above Royce Freeman or anybody else, or Rex Burkhead, and does something big, and just... Remember, he had a couple explosive games with the Pittsburgh Steelers. He was drafted by Pittsburgh. So, again, Keenan Allen I love here. Guyton is out. You got Joshua Palmer is another cheap value. Nico Collins on Houston's side is a good value as well this week. He only had 4 targets. The week before he had 10. I don't mind him. Especially with Brandon Cooks out. With Cooks out, Collins' value goes sky high for that team, right? Maybe not the best quarterbacks throwing to them, but that's somebody you can look at. Danny Amendola, I got to mention him, right? He's with Houston as well now, with Cooks out again. He can always be that sneaky guy that nobody really is talking about, looking at on, and he could be some guy that goes out and scores 2 touchdowns. Not saying it's going to happen, but this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, guys. We got to expand where we look a little bit more and more as we continue to play more and more of this, because that's how you make your thing. There was another interesting thing that I was thinking about too, and this isn't necessarily to this game. This is just DFS in general. When you think about value, right? You think about whether it's football, NBA, whatever sport it may be. Like the NBA, we're always looking for value when we're building our lineups. And when that value comes, everybody runs to it, right? So a perfect example would be like last night. And I had a pretty decent night. I doubled or tripled up what I played in NBA last night. And what happened was Atlanta had so many guys out with the health protocols and et cetera. Trae Young wasn't playing, right? So Delon Wright automatically becomes a big one. Cam Reddish continues to fill in and be a great player with great value. And these guys are all priced low. And they want to put in the Joker, right? From Denver. So they just throw all this value in and then they put Joker in. Well, and he was like 12.4, 12.6 or something, his price tag. Well, you could have, to get different with the field, you could have got away from Joker at 12.6 at the highest price tag, played two guys that were like 8K or 9K, and then one piece of the value or something else where you're not playing like everybody else is or the majority of the field is. And that's how you take down tournaments. That's how you win them, right? So we got to be careful, too. And we got to broaden our horizons. So when I bring up guys like Amendola, you think, yeah, right, well, but in GPPs, I'm not talking about a cash lineup build. I'm not talking about a cash game where we want to make sure that we're guaranteeing that this guy's going to hit his floor, right? At least Amendola could get no targets this week. I'm not saying he's a lock, but I'm saying those are the types of plays with a Brandon Cooks out and others, and he's like third on the list of these other guys to fill in. Those are the types of plays that if a guy like that goes off and the rest of your lineup is pretty good or decent and he's under 2% owned in a big field, your leverage just shot way up. Same thing with quarterbacks, right? Quarterbacks, a lot of times everybody's on like 3 or 4 quarterbacks. I do the same thing. But sometimes I'll build a lineup or two or a couple of lineups in GPPs with quarterbacks that are great quarterbacks, not in great positions. Because those quarterbacks that are great, that are not in great positions, are the ones that nobody's looking at, or very few are. And if they decide to go off and have 3-4 touchdowns, 350 yards, and nobody's playing them, and you have them at under 5-10% ownership in a big field tournament, boom. And the rest of your lineup's decent, you're shooting way up. When I took down that $5 single entry with 40,000, 30,000, 40,000 entries of people or whatever, that was when Sam Darnold was on the Jets, and he had like 4 touchdowns and 300-plus yards. I forget who they were playing, but he was 4% owned. I had him at 4% owned, and I had I had a running back, I think, at 5 or 6% owned, and they scored like 3 touchdowns and like 180 yards or something. They're in a tough spot, but a great running back. And then all the rest of my lineup was chalkier, was 30, 40, 50% owned players, right? That all had a great game. Those 2 guys, that quarterback and that running back, just went off. Now, I'm not saying Sam Darnold. Actually, I'll take that back. I didn't say that fully already, but Sam Darnold is actually a very good quarterback. He's shown signs of that with the Carolina when he had some decent support, like DJ Moore, some other guys. So let's get back to this. Jared Cook can look at, right? I don't know that I'm on anybody else here. Defense, again, you could go to somebody like the Chargers, but you're gonna pay for it, $4,800. I don't think that I'm a fan of paying up at that price tag right now. Detroit at Atlanta, guys, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I don't know. I don't think they're gonna do it, but I bet a couple bucks on this game taking Detroit to win this game. Now that doesn't mean that I'm playing a bunch of guys from Detroit in DFS. I just simply put a little bet on this game because you can win some decent money if it does happen. I'm not betting a ton. I'm not betting my house. I'm not betting much at all. But sometimes you got to take these shots, right? I think. Let me see here. Else got activated. I thought he wasn't playing. Interesting. Must have changed. Well, that's cool. That's good news. Well, then maybe I'm not so on Tyreek Hill anymore. I'll have to make some changes there. I think he's still, I don't know that he's going to be 100%, though. I haven't had a chance to look at the actives lately. Last I heard, they didn't sound like he was going to play. But let me look at the line here real quick again. I think the line is... So, Falcons are favored by 7. 42-point total, favored by 7. Matt Ryan, if you're on him, dude's just not producing, right? Look at these numbers for fantasy. Like, one game against the Saints, 28 points. Under 20 here. 22 here against the Jets. Washington, 29. But he's just had a crap season. His consistency, he's off. He's not hitting targets, right? Questionable Swift. Is he going to play? He's questionable still. We don't know. If anybody gets anything, Kelce not activated. Okay. Why did someone say he was activated? Hey, Connor, make sure you double-checking your stuff. We don't want to throw anybody off here. We'll always double-check everything, but we don't want to be throwing anybody off here with any kind of false information. So, all right. Wow, Lions. I was thinking it too, but just do it. Do it, Nate. Just don't put a bunch of money on it. Just, dude, if you put like $5 on that game, at least as of last night, you could win like $35 or $40 for betting $5. And what's $5, right? It's a meal at McDonald's. Gives a crap. Patterson. Obviously, you can look to Patterson here against Detroit. I need him to not do good this week, though, because in my fantasy season long, that's who I'm going up against. I'm going up against him and Barkley, I think. So, Jamal Williams. If Swift is out, Jamal Williams, I don't mind here, right? Atlanta. Who's went off against Atlanta? Everybody goes off against Atlanta. Didn't we talk about this last week? Like, fantasy-wise, doesn't every quarterback, running back, people have their big games? I'm not saying that's the only team, but Atlanta just flat-out sucks at defense. So, Jamal Williams would be interesting, right? You got your Tim Boyles. Amari, Ruth St. Brown. This dude's starting to come to his own, 6,500. Especially if any of these guys are out or don't play, that boosts his little dealio. Russell Gage, I'm just not. This is what some of the guys are playing. I'm just not playing him. I'm not a fan of Matt Ryan anymore. I used to like Matt Ryan. This year, he's an X for me. I have never played him this year, and I'm not going to this week. Kyle Pitts, remember when Pitts was like almost 7,000, 8,000? It's because who's throwing to him, man? Like, come on. I mean, he's getting the targets, but these targets are nowhere near this guy. This is not him. He would catch most of these. They're not getting to him. Like, he overthrows him all the time, right? So if you believe that Atlanta's gonna make that line or better, then you could take Atlanta's defense here. I'm not going to. Baltimore at Cincy. So we got Josh Johnson. If you feel like this guy can make something happen, you're probably going to pair him with somebody like Mark Andrews. A lot of these second, third string quarterbacks, when they start, they're not big at throwing deep down the field, right? They're not going to take a lot of chances. They're going to play the game safe. The offensive coordinators are going to play call it, safely. So they're going to do short passes. This is where you look at like your tight end here, a Mark Andrews, if you will, if you're going to play him. Or you just look at Mark Andrews anyway. But I feel like I've already talked about 2 tight ends this week already that I would much rather play than somebody like Mark Andrews and pay that price tag. But Joe Burrow, the Ravens are one of the worst defenses giving up receiving yardage. I'm a fan of Joe Burrow this week. Mixon, you could throw in there. I don't know that I like him against Baltimore's rush defense. Devontae Freeman. You could go Chase. You go Higgins. I'd probably go to Higgins here for the salary savings. Save yourself $600, right? Marquise Hollywood Brown again. Bateman. I'd probably look to someone more like Bateman than I would Hollywood Brown with Johnson playing quarterback, because Bateman's going to play more of that slot, if you will. He's going to get those shorter passes. So like I just said, your third string starting quarterback is not going to throw a lot of deep balls. It's not going to happen. Their game plan, their game script for this thing is not to just let it loose and let it fly. They're going to be conservative. They're going to make sure that it's short passes, etc. Yes. Plenty of screens. Nate's right on it. Exactly what I was just saying, dude. Kelsey is out. Yep. Okay. So we got to make sure we have the correct information here, guys, because we're trying to help each other out. We want to win. We want to be better. We don't want to be trying to screw each other over here. So I played him earlier this year, but wow, he can't be that bad. The guy has decent in career, Big Ben time. Yeah. I don't think, I'm just saying, like, I don't think the game script, you see this, and I'm not just saying this for Josh Johnson. I'm saying this for any backup or third string quarterback that's going to start. The offensive coordinators, the coach in them, are not going to, their game script's not going to be to just throw deep a bunch of times to Hollywood Brown. It's going to be manage clock, rushing the ball, shorter screens, slot plays, etc. So Andrews would be the way to go, or Bateman. I agree. If you're gonna go there, either way. See, he's $8,000. He's $8,000. I don't see it. I would rather go to Bateman, but I agree. Like I said, he's in a great spot. I actually love Cincinnati's defense this week. I gotta take some ibuprofen. I got a headache. All right. So I like Cincy's defense. I'm a fan of Cincy's defense. Tampa Bay at Carolina. Man, you see some of those passes that Aaron Rodgers was throwing yesterday? Dude is just a monster, man. And if you guys all could hit that thumbs up, man, I'd appreciate it. I'd appreciate it a lot. Looks like Sam Darnold, I think, is getting the start. He is coming back. So, interesting spot for Darnold. I don't like it against Tampa Bay. But again, this is a place where these are the types of things that have to happen for you to win, like to take down a big tournament, right? You have to get on a quarterback that has a good game, goes off, that's not highly owned, and typically paired with a receiver. And a lot of people won't be on those receivers either as much because they're not fans of whatever quarterback. Tom Brady here, obviously. I mean, what can we say? What more can we say about the GOAT? Against the Saints, just blah. But other than that, I mean, he had one bad week against New England. He had a subpar week for himself, 15 points there against Indy, and then New Orleans. But I mean, he's continued to be a beast and be a GOAT. At 8,400, I don't know that I'm going to pay that price tag today myself personally, but I'm not going to be mad at you if you like it. Leonard Fournette is out. Ronald Jones, insert Ronald Jones, $5,400. That's just too cheap. Just too cheap of a price tag. Be careful, though, because we see this all so often, right? Somebody like this guy could get in there, could steal a touchdown. Not saying he will, but could steal a touchdown from somebody like Ronald Jones. Ronald Jones goes out for a breather. You know, he has a big run. He goes in for a breather quick, and then next thing you know, insert Vaughn, and Vaughn, you know, breaks it and gets a touchdown. Not saying that's going to happen. I'm just saying be careful. Okay? Receivers. Guys, what is... Somebody in the chat write my favorite line about Antonio Brown. I mentioned it. I haven't been able to mention it for the last 5-6 weeks because he hasn't been active or hasn't been playing. You just want me to say it again? Antonio Brown is Tom Brady's favorite receiver and most targeted receiver since he has joined Tampa Bay. He's also their number one receiver this week. He has been his favorite receiver, being really the third target option. You could say third or fourth target option. Now he is number one with Godwin and Evans out. This dude should be an automatic free square. Now, nothing's free. It's any given Sunday. Anything can happen. But you guys got to have faith in my boy. Dude, you got to have faith in my boy. You got to. He is back. Here's another good option. Former Gopher, U of M, Tyler Johnson. This dude will be basically receiver number 2. This guy is a beast. He got 7 targets last week. Caught 4 of them, didn't get the end zone. Hasn't found the end zone yet. Is this going to be the week? Because he hasn't gotten that many. I mean, he's had a couple games where guys go out, whatever, 6, 5, 3. Is this the week where Mr. Tyler Johnson finds pay dirt? Do we see a possible... Now, I would build one lineup personally where I would have Tom Brady, Antonio Brown, and Tyler Johnson in it. One lineup. One lineup with those 3. But I'm going to have this guy, I think, in about 100% of my lineups. And I want to say he's super cheap on DraftKings. We'll get to DraftKings here when we build the lineups. You'll see the prices. But gotta have faith, guys. Yeah, he's locked and loaded in most of your teams. He should be. He should be. Gronk is an interesting play, too. He is a little spendy. I think he's 6'7". I think he's 6'4" on DK. We'll look at the pricing. But he's going to be another go-to guy for Brady, obviously. Even more now with them out, right? And I'm not big on either defense here, so we'll leave it at that. Chicago at the Seattle Seahawks, okay? Here we go. Russell Wilson, insert Tyler Lockett. Tyler Lockett is back, guys. Tyler Lockett is back. Penny is shown to be the guy. David Montgomery's, I'm not a huge fan of either one of them this week, but you could look there. But I'm all in on Lockett. If I'm playing any Seattle Seahawk receiver, I'm playing Tyler Lockett. Something is not right with Wilson and with DK Metcalf. They have not been on the same page most of this season. Anytime Tyler Lockett plays, he's active. They're usually pretty good. He's had a couple dud games. He had a little stretch here. I don't think he was really 100% healthy at this point. But he could easily have another one of these kind of days. And look at this. He only caught 5 of these 9 targets with 142 yards. Right? He found the end zone the last 2 weeks he played, which was December 5th, December 12th. But he is fully healthy now. I like Mr. What's up, buddy? How you doing, man? What D's? I like Bengals, but we'll get into it. We'll get into it a little bit more. And when we build the lineups. I don't like Metcalf. You could look at someone like Mooney, right? Tight ends, Everett possibly. I'm not really on Komet. Defense, I don't think I'm going to pay $4,500 myself for Seattle. Chicago, I'm not going to. All right, Pitt and KC. You guys already know you can play the mini future GOAT, if you will, Patrick Mahomes. He's not going to have Travis Kelce. We've already determined this. We went through this in the chat earlier. This is a must-win, though, for the Steelers. Like, this is a must-win game for the Steelers. Can they go in Kansas City and get a W? I don't think so. But Big Ben's going to have to give everything he has. And if he has a good Big Ben game, there could be possibilities here. So what you could do to get different from the field is you could not play Mahomes, right? Because he has one of his less good targets. You could play someone like Roethlisberger. Run a Najee Harris. He's always at the top, 8,400, right? He's on the game most of the time. But, man, he's just inconsistent. Doesn't have the greatest... I don't know. His line just doesn't do it for him. CEH you could look at possibly, but let's look at the receivers and tight ends. So Tyreek Hill with Kelce out should be almost another lock, right? So here's what you need to decide this week. But you can't pay up at all your receiver spots. So you need to decide, are you going to pay up for a Hill? Are you going to pay up for a Cooper Kupp? Are you going to pay up for Justin Jefferson? Who are you going to pay up for? Because you can't play them all. You can maybe play 2 of them if you get enough value at the running back areas, tight end, defense, save some money at defense. Pringle is another option I would look at. With Kels out, you could look to someone like Pringle. Let's not forget, though, guys. Let's not forget about this guy, right? Blake Bell. Didn't he get 2 touchdowns? Wasn't this the guy who got the touchdowns? I thought it was Blake Bell, wasn't it? Were they rushing touchdowns? Who the hell was it that, which receiver went in and got all the, a couple weeks ago? I don't remember who it was. Somebody had like 2, I thought it was Bell. The Gray had 1 against the Saints. Who the hell was it? You guys help me out here? Yeah, Josh Gordon is another one. Thanks for reminding me. I was trying to get down there. Yeah, Josh Gordon. Again, with Kelsey out. Maybe it was a lineman or something. Deontay Johnson. Now I'm stumped. Deontay Johnson. Another guy. He'll have to be a big piece, a big part of this. You look at someone like Claypool, Washington as well. Fairmouth is out, unfortunately. If he was in, we would be looking at someone like him as well. I'm not going to be on either defense here. Man, I'm almost taking a shot at maybe Steelers in this game, even though I don't think they're going to do it. But I wonder what the money line is on it. I'll have to double check it. All right, Raiders, Denver at the Las Vegas Raiders. Derek Carr against Denver, late game. I don't know. He puts on for his city, on for his city. Remember the clip of good old Drew Lock? I don't know that I'm a big fan of that either. Let's see. Josh Jacobs. If I'm playing anybody for the Raiders, it's probably somebody like Jacobs. Melvin Gordon and Williams are both healthy. I've been talking about this guy for a while. He's so talented. Might be one of the most talented running backs in the league. We will eventually see that at some point in his career. Maybe next year. Maybe Gordon will be gone next year, and he'll be that head guy or that main dude. We'll see what happens. Hunter Renfrow, I love this week. I've loved the last, I don't know how many weeks, really, since Ruggs been gone. Even if he threw me a dud last week, dude, you can't. I mean, this is normal. This is normal for this guy. 8, 9, 9, 4, 9, 10, 14 targets. That's what we're looking for. Those 10 plus targets. I think he gets them again this week. I would not shy away from him. Waller's doubtful. Noah Fant is an interesting play at 5,600. This Akawugabum Nam or whatever, though, he always kind of steals the show sometimes. He gets some of those receptions. Then we got Denver at Raiders. Not a big fan of either defense. So, guys, let's do our FanDuel lineup, and then we'll do a DK lineup, and we'll kind of go through some of the plays. What's up, everyone? Boyd, sorry you didn't have a great Christmas. Boyd, what's up, man? What happened, man? I hope you had a good hope you didn't have a bad Christmas, my guy. Life comes at you fast. Sometimes it's hard to even see what's happening. Man, well, reach out to me, dude, if you need to talk or anything privately or whatever. Got my email. You got my DMs, whatever. Renfro with Waller out is free money. Yeah, Fester, I agree, man. I love Renfro. I've been playing him almost every week. I don't care if he burned me last week. I'm still gonna do it. Yep. So Paul says he's sticking with Bengals, Dolphins, Chargers mainly. I think I'm pretty much just locked in with the Bengals personally. I just think their price tag is just it's too good for, Johnson can have a decent week, but he's gonna make mistakes. He's gonna turn the ball over. They're gonna sack him a couple times. They're going to force some turnovers. It happens every single time with this. We know it's going to happen. So, guys, if you can, we got 17 watching. I appreciate all you guys. If you guys could please hit a thumb up for my guy, I'd appreciate you. So, guys, here's a question. We're going to build our lineup together like we always do again each week. We do this every single week. Anybody new here who's watching this for the first time, every single week, we go through main slate and we build a FanDuel and a DK lineup. So, let's do it. Who do we want to play with? You want to do a Hurts and Goddard? Guys, I need a couple options. We'll take with the most. I mean, I don't mind Hurts and Goddard. Is that what we want to do? We want to build around them? Josh Gordon is sneaky. Yes, he is a sneaky play this week. I think Treadwell is sneaky as well. Treadwell's like 3-3. Pringle, I think, is another one to really look at for value. I don't know what Pringle is on DK. So Joby1 says he wants to go with Hurts and Goddard. Any other guys in the chat, just let me know if you want to play, who you want to look at quarterback. This is where you guys get to participate now. This is the part of the show where you guys participate. Number 87, Amy says for the Broncos. 33, yeah. Williams is a yeah. No Drew Locks here, but again, Amy. That goes back. Oh, is that my boy Smash up in the building? I got to give him a little wrenchy on his other one. I got you a little wrench, my guy. What's up, Smash? We got Michael in the chat, also known as Smash, is joining us right now. So Paul Ole says, Hurts, I'm starting Stafford and Herbert. Yeah, I love Stafford, Saucy. I love Stafford. I love Burrows as well. Dude, Baltimore's defense is one of the worst in the league on giving up pass yards. I like Stafford and Kupp as well. So we'll build a couple lineups. Let's do a Hurts one first. How about we'll do two? We'll do a Hurts one, we'll do a Burrows one, and then we'll do a Stafford one. We got to do a DraftKings as well. So we'll build all these, guys. But let's start with the Hurts, because I do have two people in the chat that said Hurts. So let's go a Hurts. He wants to pair him. We do want to pair it, do a little mini stack. You can also play this guy naked, but Goddard is in a smash spot. I don't mind it. I personally wouldn't run anybody back from the Giants in this game. And again, we talked about this throughout this year. Sometimes in the NFL, a lot of people look to stack and then run back, right? To get different or get cute, even though not everybody's going to be playing your quarterback anyway, but to get different on the stack, sometimes you play a stack and you don't run it back, because then that'll be different than a lot of the other field that's playing someone like Hurts and Goddard, because there's going to be people playing them, right? And a lot of people are going to go, well, who can I play for the Giants? Who can I run back? And they're going to like force somebody in. That's one thing we gotta think about, guys. And think about this when you're building your lineups. Don't ever force a player into your lineup. Okay? Don't force them in there. Go with your gut. If a stack, one side looks good and the other side doesn't, then don't run it back. Don't play it back. Don't worry about it. Just run with the one way and then build the rest around it. Yeah, no run back on this. All right? So here's what I want to do. I want to figure out which receiver are we going to pay up at this week. We might be able to do two. We might. We'll see where our salary goes, but let's plug one of them in right now. Do we want to do Cooper Kupp? Do we want to do Tyreek Hill with no Kels? Or do we want to do Justin Jefferson? Yeah. Yeah, we will run. Yeah, that would be something I'd run back, Joby. We'll build that lineup next, and then we'll do a Stafford one. I'll do 3 FanDuels. I'll do a special Christmas weekend. We'll do 3 lineups on FanDuel, and we'll do 1 or 2 on DK. I'll give you guys a little bonus today. Appreciate y'all hanging out with me today. So let's, Judy, she says, yeah, it's either Keenan Allen's good, but I don't know, man. I love him. I told you that before. I don't think he's the pay up, though. Like, I think it's either got to be Kupp Hill, or Jefferson. Cup is $9,800. Hill is $8,700, and Jefferson is $84,000. Allen is $7,700. Amy says Jefferson, of course. I mean, if I wanted to be a homie, I'd say Jefferson, but this is your guys' show. Your guys' show. Let's just, the dude that's going to like triple crown in football, let's just plug him in for right now, okay? Because then what we could do is we could go to somebody like Pringle on a value and get away from Hill to save some salary. I love Jefferson too. I love all three of these guys. I'll have them all in my lineups this week. We got to start here. So, actually, let's get our defense in. No, let's wait on our defense. We'll see where the salary brings us. All right. So, we got Najee Harris, James Robinson, Mixon, Patterson, Barkley, which I'm not a fan of, Jacobs, Jamal Williams. Dude, I really think Jamal Williams is in a really good spot. Now, he does have that other dude that's going to take reps from him when he needs breathers. Yeah, get rid of that Tandia Becker. Somebody please ban that quick, please, in the chat. Anybody? Blue Wrench, just hit ban. Delete comment, ban. .text we don't have in this chat. It's a robot. It's porn crap or something stupid. All right, so this is interesting this week, guys. Remember, everybody goes off on Atlanta. Everybody goes off on Atlanta. Miles Sanders, Montgomery, Javonte Williams, Penny, right? Madison. I think should we just plug in Madison for sure? He's going to be the go-to rep. That's one guy we can plug in. We got Ronald Jones down here too. Justin Jackson against Houston. Talk to me, guys. Like the running back from the Chargers? Yes. Yes. So right here, let's do this. All right. Let's do this. Yeah, well, I don't know how sneaky he'll be with Eckler out, but yeah, it's a good play. All right. Let's just plug a defense. So what defense you guys want to... I don't think we should pay up at defense, guys. I think there's defenses here that are in good spots that are cheaper. So, I mean, again, I'm a huge fan of the Bengals at 3,500. They're 500 from minimum. $500 from minimum. Well, we still got one more flex spot we can play. We could put somebody... I love Robinson too, but he's 8K. So let's just kind of see where this takes us. Or he's 82 or something. 8,000 or 8,200 bucks. Yeah, he does. He's a beast when he starts, right? Whoever plays the Lions, Atlanta. I don't know, man. I think Jamal Williams is gonna have a hell of a show. You would want Atlanta over the Bengals playing Josh Johnson? And since he's at home, Atlanta's at home too. So it's either Atlanta or Bengals. All right. So that leaves us $7,400, guys. So we can pay up here another spot at receiver. So I don't know that we do Jefferson because we already have Madison in there. We could do Hill. We could go down to Keenan Allen. Well, we already got a Charger. I don't like having 2 and 2. We got Renfro. I think Renfro is almost a near lock, right? Oh, we got Antonio Brown too. Guys, we can't forget about our boy Brown. So if we did this, that would leave us 8,100. We could do Mark Andrews. We could do Keenan Allen, and we could pay up if we wanted to at more, or we could leave money on the table. What do you guys think? Go up from Renfro. Get rid of that .FYI. Ban it. You're banned, bud. You stupid bot. Oh, he will be. Saucy, 100%. This is my guy. Every time he plays, I've been talking about him all year, and he's smashed when he plays. Not a fan of Andrews. Yeah, I don't know that I want him in a flex anyway. I don't know. Maybe you got some kind of setting that doesn't allow you to see him, which is fine. It's no big deal. Probably a good thing. Let's see. So, Allen, I mean, we could get away from Renfro, too. So we could go... What does this bring us at 6,500? T. Higgins, Sanders, Brown. So we could do something like this. We could do something like this. What do you guys think? So Jalen Hurts, Madison, Jackson, Cooper Kupp, Antonio Brown, Tyreek Hill, Goddard, Higgins, and Bengals. Chase is too much unless... I think Chase and Higgins are in similar spots, but we don't have the salary to do it. Like, we have 6,500 left. Jamar Chase is 7,100. I think this is a smash lineup right here, to be honest with you. Maybe a little chalky, but will people really even, you know, people are going to build all sorts of different ways. Let's do that. All right. Now, the next, so this is what we built right here. That's what we just built. Anybody wants to sneak it in something, it's up to you. That's what I'm saying, Terry. That's why I like Jamal Williams, too, with Swift. If Swift doesn't play, Jamal Williams is in a beast spot right now. Beast spot. Atlanta, their defense is terrible. I don't care if Boyle's quarterbacking. He's just got to hand the ball off. And I don't care if they're going to look to try to stop the run. They can't stop the run. They're Atlanta. They suck. No, St. Brown is not $6,500, bro. He's way less than that. He's like $5,600. I don't think I'm going to change this at all. Like, St. Brown is... where is he? Oh, yeah, he is 6,500. Nah, I would take Higgins over Brown all day. Baltimore gives up the most pass yards. They're one of the worst defenses when it comes to reception yards. That's why we like Burrow, too, this week. I don't know. If Swift is not playing, he's still questionable. If somebody can let me know when that updates. If he's out, I'm plugging in Jamal Williams. If he is out. No questions asked. Plugging them in some lineups. All right. Let's do this. You. We don't love the Lions either, but they're playing Atlanta. So again, I don't care. Running backs smash against the Atlanta defense. They're terrible. They're absolutely horrid. I don't care who's at quarterback. I honestly don't. I don't like St. Brown as much with Goff out, but I love Jamal Williams if Swift is out. All right, so I think we agreed we're going to do a Burrow one here, then we'll do a Stafford one. Either we'll build another one with Stafford or we'll do it on DraftKings, one of the two. What time is it? We've been on almost an hour. So, all right. All right, so we're going to do, I think we just do Higgins, right? I think we do Higgins. Because we figure Chase is a little spendy when they're in about the same position or same spot. Right? I think we'll just, for now, plug in Cincinnati just so we can kind of see what we're working with here. Now, do we run back Andrews or do we... I think we do Bateman, honestly. We'll do a run back here. I think we do Bateman. There's going to be a lot of screen, a lot of short dump passes, if you will. So I think Bateman at 5,600 is a good spot there. Maybe we don't pay up at receiver at all this time. Maybe we look at something like this. I'm just throwing out ideas here, guys. Then we could plug somebody like Robinson in at 8,200, right? Again, Jamal Williams, keep an eye on Swift's snooze. If he is out, plug him in. Madison. I'm just kind of seeing where this brings us. Maybe we pay up at defense. Andrews could do someone like Gronk. No, well, we like, yes. We like guys that are going to be catching short passes, right? Johnson can throw the ball, but we talked about this. You missed this earlier on in the thing when I was going through each game. The offensive coordinators design for second, third string starting quarterbacks short pass game scripts. So Bateman is a slot style receiver. He's going to get a lot of screen passes. Mark Andrews is going to get a lot of shorter passes, right? You're not going to get that deep Hollywood Brown. You're not going to get a bunch of those shots taking a shot down the field. They might take one or two, but they're not going to just open and wide up starting. Oh, yeah. Bateman's going to be a beast. I don't know that I'm a huge fan of Andrews this week myself, but I don't think we can run Boyd. I don't think we can run Boyd as well. Unless we don't do someone like Brown or something, or Hill. I mean, we could do... So... We could throw in somebody else. He's 6,200. That would only leave us like 28, unless we don't play someone like Hill, which we could do. Sanders, Treadwell is interesting. Collins is interesting. Pringle. Or we could do Tyler Johnson. We could do someone like Pringle. And then we could do something like this. No, can't do that. I'm just playing around with our salaries here just to see. Oh, this here. Remember, you always play the late. If you have a late game player, you always play them in your flex. Not that this will give us a lot of flexibility because of the price tag, but then you could do something like this. Yeah, I think Knox is in a smash spot as well. So you could do something like this. I say Bateman, or you don't run it back. Either you don't run it back, or you play someone like Bateman. Andrews may get in, but he's got to score. He's got to get us 2 touchdowns and have like 6 receptions to make that salary even just pay off. Just pay off. Not exceed, which we need him to exceed, but to pay off at that price tag. I agree, though. I think Knox, we talked about it before. Knox, Gronk, Hunter Henry even. You know, they're in great spots. And again, we don't care if our defense we have a player We don't care if he's we could even pay up somewhere. Oh, let me see something. You could do something like this. You could take Chase over Higgins, or you could leave salary on the table or move something somewhere else. I love Goddard. Yeah, we play Goddard in the our other lineup. We're just trying to change it up for the different lineup. We had him in the last lineup. He's in my fantasy season long. He's locked in for sure. We're just trying to make some things. Why you avoiding him because of your fantasy football or what? Season long? I mean, yeah, Goddard's in a smash spot too. He's 59. Schultz, you like Schultz? Isn't that a Sunday night game though? Yeah. Hey, Schultz won't be playing until tonight, Fester. Schultz plays tonight. He's not in this contest. He does nothing for you in DFS? Really? I mean, for a tight end, I mean, he's had a couple bad games, but he's had more good than bad, and they don't have Joby won. I don't know if you heard this earlier. They don't have Cole Beasley this week. Cole Beasley is Josh Allen's favorite target in the red zone. And now Knox was like his second favorite target. He likes to throw the deep balls to Diggs or farther passes. Red zone stuff is all Knox or Beasley. Beasley is out. Beasley's not playing. It's will have a solid game at that price. I don't know, man. I can't trust Fester. I can't trust Matt Ryan. Like, look at this. His numbers would be so much better. I can guarantee you, if you go back and watch film, majority of these, see how it's 7 targets, 4 receptions, 6-5. That's his best one. 7-4, 6-2. I'm pretty sure this is the game I was watching. Dude, he wasn't even close to throwing it to him on majority of those passes. I just can't trust Matt Ryan. I don't care who they're playing. I'm taking the Lions in this game. I can't trust Matt Ryan. I know they're way underdogs, but I'm taking them. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. What did Detroit do against Kyler Murray? Wasn't it Kyler Murray that Kyler Murray couldn't do crap? Any given Sunday, guys, we always tend to forget this. We look at what we're looking at on paper. You got to remember, on paper, yes, it looks like this should be smash spots, and this should be this, and this should be that. And then what ends up happening? The games start playing, and the teams don't show up, or they're not the players they were, or this team that sucks that has 1 or 2 wins, or one win and a bye, comes in and plays their best week ever of football defensively. We get next to nothing out of our players. I'm just saying. Yep, Nico Collins we talked about earlier. Yeah, Ryan hasn't scored over 19 points this year. You are correct. They without Beasley and Gabriel Davis. Yes. Correct. No problem, mans. So what do you guys want to do here? You guys can change this up however you want to change it up. You can put in whoever you want to play. You can change whoever you want to play. I mean, I'm more of a fan of Higgins personally. Let's see. We could pay up at defense. 42. We don't have to force anything in, though. Remember that. Anybody get any news on Jamal? Sanders. Yeah, Emmanuel Sanders. Yes. Yep. And there's Diggs too, but he's just pricey, right? He's pricey. But Diggs isn't like the... Diggs isn't... I mean, they do some of those fade routes for Diggs in the end zone, and they might look to that more this week with Beasley being out. But still, I think Knox and... I don't know. Sanders always scares me because he could be in a spot like this and get 0 targets. Like, even with guys out, he could get like 0 targets or 1 target this week. It's just weird. It's weird. He's done it before. So you have to be careful. Man, I want news on this. I'm sorry, guys, but if Swift is out, I'm taking stabs at Jamal Williams. I could see 100+ yards and a touchdown or 2 this week from this guy. If Swift is out. Swift has to be out, though. We have to get the news that Swift is out. We have to. Swift is in. I'm not on it. What do you guys think? Yeah, we're gonna do a DK lineup here in a second. I might just leave money on the table here. Otherwise, no run back on the Bengal game and just see who we can put in. We could put someone like Van Jefferson. We could put Boyd in as well. So we could do a Boyd, right? We want Burrow to have a monster week because he's our quarterback. We could stack 2 receivers. Do something like that. Right? Yeah, still game time decision. All right, guys, keep me posted. We're still live. So here, oh yeah, I showed this earlier. This is FanDuel. So FanDuel has Patty Mahomes, Jalen Hurts, Patty Mahomes, the 3 lineups. They have Hollywood Brown, which I don't agree with. Jones, Madison, Patterson, Jackson, Madison, Tyreek Hill, flex, right? Antonio Brown. See, Antonio Brown's in every lineup as well here. Keenan Allen, Hunter Renfrow, Kyle Pitts. They're big on Pitts, but I'm not big on Pitts, man. I don't know. I haven't seen it from Matt Ryan. Maybe this will be the week he does it, so he can shit on me. That's typically how that works. And here's DraftKings. DraftKings takes the low salary to stack every... Oh, wait. This isn't right. This has got the... Hang on. It's got all the games. There you go. Swift, but they don't know the news on him yet. Braxton Berrios, Antonio Brown, Cooper Kupp, Hollywood Brown, Mark Andrews, Tyreek Hill. Now they think Josh Johnson's gonna do something. Yeah, no, you're good. And this is what SaberSim has for FanDuel. Purdy, Cousins, Madison, Jackson, Jefferson, Coop. Okay, I don't know. That's kind of weird because Thielen is active. Or he's supposed to be playing. Montgomery, Tampa, Goddard. GPP. All right, guys, let's build a DK lineup, and then we'll let you guys get out of here. It's already 10:30. We've been on for... but I love hanging out with you guys, man. We can make these longer streams Sunday mornings. If we started around 9. I don't care if we go an hour and a half, 2 hours. So I think the consensus was that we went Matthew Stafford. Somebody wanted a Stafford lineup, so we'll do this in DraftKings. It's going to be a little more challenging because of the price tags. Just the price tags in general. All right. Let's see what Antonio Brown is. I'm pretty sure he's cheap. Yeah, he's 4,900 because the pricing before then just didn't come out yet. Let's look at our defensive pricings. So Eagles are good at 3,600, but they're up there. Again, the Bengals 2,800. Giants, Vikings, Texans. Carolina. Atlanta is 2,600. So maybe you play Atlanta here. You guys want Atlanta a little bit? We'll plug it in and see what happens. I think, again, Goddard 5,100 is probably your best shot for the value, for the price. Going to be popular, right? I'm just plugging some of these. Madison's a little more pricey over on DraftKings, 6,800. What's Jackson's? 4,200. So there's some savings there, right? I don't think we can fit in. We can't fit in Tyreek Hill or Jefferson. Lockett's 67. Higgins is 62. Probably still a little pricey unless we're going to really pay down. Beckham 53. Bateman 45. Sanders 4,000. Tyler Johnson 39. You wouldn't play Johnson and Brown unless you're playing Brady, though. Treadwell 3,500. Cheap. Collins 3,400. Palmer 33. Josh Gordon 31. Right? Maybe we sneak in a Josh Gordon here. That would leave us 7,500 in our flex. I mean, we can change it. Tell me if you want to change it. Deontay Johnson, Najee Harris, Chase, Andrews, Mixon, Renfro, Patterson. Right? Do somebody like Renfro. People love Renfro. Or you could do Deontay Johnson. Actually, you know what? Deontay Johnson might be a good... I told you I like him. They got to have a big week this week. Would you guys rather play Johnson or Renfro? Like how they have Cup and Hill. What? Oh yeah, but you got to pay 4,000 at quarterback. I don't think that's the right play, personally. You're not gonna fit those guys in with. I mean, let's see what other quarterbacks are even cheap. Roethlisberger's 5,500, right? Mac Jones is 5,300. But I still don't even think with that. We'll mess around with a lineup like that in a minute here. Do you guys like Renfro or Deontay Johnson? Renfro or Johnson? We can change the defense with this. So if we keep Renfro in there, right? We could. Let's see what kind of defense we can get. Bills, Rams, Ravens, Seahawks. Against Chicago isn't bad. You're not really gaining much in defense, right? Can't play them. Play who both? Who are you gonna play both of? Running back. $9. Jamal Williams is 5,000. Again, keep an eye on this. News. Keep an eye on that for news, guys. I'm telling you. Johnson, Denver, decent versus 8 points. Do we just leave money on the table? You can't play them both. I mean, you can't play them both unless you're not going to play Cooper Kupp. Just won't work. You can't replace Antonio Brown. You can't, for $500, I can't get to Deontay Johnson from Josh Gordon or Antonio Brown. It's not going to happen. And then we got to eliminate Kupp. Then we might as well not play Stafford, right? So let's just do this. Okay? Then let's build another lineup. Let's, I got an interesting one. Let's see what we can do with this. Okay? Even if we're not big Ben fans this week, let's just play around with something. Got dogs going crazy upstairs. I'm just messing around with something here. See what we're looking at. You do Higgins or Gronk here. What's up, Mike? How you doing, buddy? See you, man. Thanks for popping in. We've been live for a while, just talking a bunch of DFS. We're just messing around with some different things here. Looking at some lower ownership with some chalk. So what if you did something like this? Right? Roethlisberger, Jackson, Madison, chalky running backs, low ownership receiver, Deontay Johnson. They're in a must-win here. Not that it's going to happen, right? But they're going to have to do everything they can to try to win this game. And then you got Tyreek Hill. You run 2 KC. Hill and Josh Gordon, right? With Kels out. Goddard, Gronk. And then Bengals. Or... Okay, wait, we got to move Johnson. Hang on a second. I got to put Johnson in flex. Let's do something here real quick. Johnson. He's got a flex. Or Hill or somebody. 1,700. Something like Philly. Do something like this. 51 hundo. Ronald Jones. Jamal Williams. I don't know. Do you like Jackson over Williams? Receiver at 4,000, or we can see who receiver. We have Emmanuel Sanders. So for you guys, or so we could do something like this too. Could do something like this. What's going on, buddy? Hope you're doing well. Please hit that like if you haven't already as well. So again, this is just off the radar quarterback stack. So we got Roethlisberger, Jackson, Madison, Antonio Brown, Tyreek Hill, Emmanuel Sanders, Goddard, Deontay Johnson, and Eagles. Oh, I appreciate it, man. Thanks for popping in and saying what's up, man. Love seeing you. Love seeing you. What do you guys think? Swift did not do any pregame. Well, then that would tell me he's probably not going to play. So, if he's not going to play, then maybe we go back to Gordon. Right? Get away from the chalk. One time. Do something like that. And if you wanted to, if we wanted to go stack within stack, what's Pitts is? Well, he's 5,800. Let me just see something once here. Pitts. I'm not a fan of him at all, but you could do Seattle's defense, or you could leave some money on the table to be different. Do something like Bengals. You could do something like this. Swift is inactive. Let's go, baby. All right. Guys, I'm telling you, I'm playing them. Roethlisberger, Williams, Madison, Antonio Brown, Tyreek Hill, Josh Gordon, Kyle Pitts, Deontay Johnson, and Bengals defense. And guys, why do I have Deontay Johnson? I could have put Deontay Johnson, Tyreek Hill, or Antonio Brown. And honestly, we should probably put our highest salary. If we have options, We should put our highest salary player in the flex. And why am I putting one of these guys in there? And preferably the highest salaried player? I've been teaching you guys this that are newer all season long. Why are we doing that? Why are we playing somebody from the Pittsburgh KC game if they're in our lineups? Why are we playing someone like that in our flex? And why did I put the highest price guy in there? Anyone? Because if we are towards the top to take down a tournament and we have exactly 8,400 left and there's someone else that we see that has that same amount of salary from what we're seeing, we might want to get off of that. We might want to plug someone else in. And the more salary we have, the better our options are going to be for a receiver or a running back. We have the most salary available. So again, guys, think about this as well. I haven't really mentioned that or brought that up when I've talked about that before in the past. But when you're utilizing your flex spot, make sure it's a late game. If you have any late gamers in your lineup that's a running back or a receiver, and if you're playing 3 running backs and one of them's late game, make sure that late game running back's in flex. If you don't, but you have a late game or couple late game receivers, make sure they're in the flex, but make sure it's your highest priced player. So I went from Johnson in flex to Tyreek Hill. They're both in the same game. They're late games, but that gives us more option if we're going to change that game out before the game starts or that player out. That gives us, basically, we can plug anybody in that still hasn't played yet. So just so you guys are aware, try to plug in your highest price at that flex spot, because that'll help you as well. Guys, I actually really like this lineup. It's either going to be way towards the bottom or it's probably going to be towards the top. This is a very good GPP lineup. So it's either going to be like in last place or it's going to be towards the top. And we talk about that, right? When you're building GPP lineups, if you're constantly just barely winning money, you're probably building your lineups too cashy, which would be great in cash games. If you're sucking towards the bottom, but you have good players in there, if they would have had the games they're supposed to, or you projected them to have, you probably would have been towards the top, winning a lot of money, right? So there's nothing wrong. You don't always want to be at the bottom, but there's nothing wrong with being there in GPPs, because that's how you're supposed to be playing them. You're playing them to take it down. You're not playing them to share a dollar entry and share $2 wins with 500 other people, right? You want to be towards the top and win big money. So Jamal Williams it is. So right now I'm going to show you guys. I actually haven't even built a I should get I didn't even get cash. I haven't even built a cash lineup for DK yet. One second, I gotta get. All right, I'm gonna show you guys. This is where Paul always gets an advantage on me, but the players still got to perform anyway. Here's where my cash lineup is. This, as of right now, this is where my cash lineup is. So Stafford, Madison, Sanders, Kupp, Brown, Treadwell, Goddard, Hill, and Bengals defense. I'm probably going to get away from Sanders, and I'm probably going to actually play Jamal Williams in cash, as crazy as that sounds. That's how much confidence I have in him with... if he is legit out. I'm not seeing it updated yet. Oh, he's actually more. He's 6'7". Shit. Let me see something. That'll work. That'll play. There you go. No. You're good, bro. It's all good, man. Who? Still upset about who? Oh, Henry. Yeah, meow meow in the chat. guys, anytime you guys want to pay tribute to him in the streams, the best way you can do it is put meow meow and put those little cat emojis, like the orange standing cat emoji or whatever. That's what he always used. He always put 2 of them. He put meow meow and then 2 of the... Dude, anytime you guys want to do that, man, to pay respects to him, that would be the coolest way you could pay respects to our guy, Henry Martinez. Again, rest in peace, man. You were what our community is defined as. Like, that's just how you were as a human being. Like a giver, unselfish. He defined what our community is. Like, exactly what we're about. So, that's what I'll run. Probably 2 guys that aren't really cashy plays, but in spots, so I'm going to run with it. That's my cash lineup for FanDuel. I have not built one yet for DraftKings. I've just been working on my GPPs. All right, so 1040. You guys got any other questions? Appreciate you, Alex, for popping in here. Appreciate you for paying a little tribute to our boy, Henry Martinez. You guys got anything else for me? Any questions? Season long? Anything else? Anything else at all? Yo, I'll check your text here in a minute. I just can't do them while I'm doing the stream. Oh, stop, honey. Stop. Anyone else got anything for me before we close this down? Went about a good hour and a half. Dude, I appreciate you guys all hanging out. Again, if you have not hit that thumbs up, you appreciate what I'm doing here, I'd appreciate it. I love it. It helps, right? Get some more people in here on Sunday mornings with us. I never really usually ask for them. I haven't in the past, like in streams, but I need to remind because a lot of times we forget too, right? I forget all the time when I go in streams, until somebody mentions it or puts it in the chat, and then I'm like, oh yeah, boom, help the guy out, right? Something. So again, guys, I appreciate each and every one of you being here. I think we built some fun lineups. Hopefully I gave you guys some good insight. Again, I had a solid day yesterday, and you know, typically I only do the lives on like the main slates on the main Sunday. Now that we have Saturday games, there might be some Saturdays these next couple weeks if there's 2 or 3 games that I might go live. Again, I finished 8th place out of like 4,000 people or something in a $5 deal. I was like 5 points away from first, and everybody was different. It was in the full 2-gamer, not like a single game. And then I scored 153 point something, and then 148 in my other lineup. So not too bad. Mine is already done. Oh, you're good, Paul. I'm just giving you crap, dude. I don't care. Again, the guys have to perform, and you're not going to want to play the exact lineup I play because then we're just going to be splitting, and there's no point in us playing each other in a head-to-head, right? I mean, that'd be silly. You could do it, but it'd be silly because we'd both be losing. We'd both be losing 20% because of the buy-in. You only get, you don't get the full double of what you pay. You get 80% of it, right? Because of the rake or whatever. So, all right. Guys, I appreciate y'all. I wish each and every one of you an awesome day of football. Many, many awesomeness of luck. Let's win some money. Let's go get it. We will be back tomorrow night with the Playmaker podcast. Guys, and if any of you guys want to leave a comment on this video once it's uploaded, like just whatever, or later on if someone goes off that we talked about or something happens or doesn't go off, you want to give me crap about it just for fun, take fun shots at me, go back and leave comments, man. It helps out so much on any of the videos I do once they're up. Because YouTube doesn't recommend lives to people like that are new, that aren't subscribed, but it'll help the algorithms. Everything helps. Thumbs up, comments. But if you guys go back to, we did not do a Playmaker podcast last week. We did one the week before. If you go back and leave comments, question, topic on that one, the last Playmaker podcast we did, the last one on the channel. We'll be back tomorrow night with the Playmaker podcast. We're going to be giving away $60 credit or PayPal. So get your comments, get your questions in. We appreciate that. Hit that thumb, even if you don't watch it, whatever, or if you haven't as well. Just help your boy out here. We're trying to get this thing back on the right move, the right deal. I devote my time. I love doing this. I enjoy doing this to help you guys out. So Joe Mans, Playmaker podcast on his birthday. So it's his birthday tomorrow. So let's make sure we all wish him a happy birthday tomorrow in chat. And guys, let's go win some effing money today, boys. And ladies, let's go!